Hey everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name's Jonathan, I make luxury videos, unboxings, and reviews, and today's video is 5 tips that I've learned on how to save for luxury goods. So let's get into it. So before I get started with today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help my channel grow. I make videos on luxury fashion, men's style, everything unboxing related. You name it, it's here on this channel. So if you like that kind of content and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see the 5 tips that I do to save for luxury goods, then keep on watching. So the first tip that I have and that I preach by a lot is don't go into debt for luxury. I know it can be hard seeing a lot of luxury YouTubers, luxury influencers, always posting unboxings, always getting the latest and the greatest, and just upping their style by always getting in trend with the new items that are coming out. But to be honest, sometimes they are gifted those items and sometimes they're just given away for PR purposes. So in my opinion, I never go into debt for luxury. If I can't afford something, I don't purchase it. I'm the type of person that if I owe somebody $5, $10, like I need to pay them back right away just because I don't want to have that debt over my shoulders. And I know it's just a small amount, like $5 or $10, but in my mind, debt is debt. So honestly, like I can't handle it. So that's why I don't go into debt for these purchases. So if I want to be able to purchase something from Louis Vuitton or something from Dior or something luxury in general, I make sure that every paycheck I save a little bit of money here and there to be able to work towards that purchase. And for me, I don't know if it's just me or if it's anybody else out there, let me know. But I find it really satisfying working towards something. So whether it be working towards getting that perfect job, working towards getting that car that you want, working towards buying a home, like I just look forward to being able to have that satisfaction that, oh my God, my hard work is paid off and I'm able to get that item or get that purchase that I want. So definitely don't go into debt for luxury. If you can't afford it now, don't worry. It's always going to be there, maybe at a little bit higher price point, but just save and save and save because the interest that you'll pay on some of these items on your credit cards is not worth it. So definitely don't go into debt for luxury. The second way that I also be able to afford my luxury items is I honestly have a side hustle. So I have 2 jobs, one that I work full-time at and one that I work really part-time at. But honestly, any income matters, any income counts because my second job that I do work towards on the weekends helps me purchase a lot of these luxury items. So my main job, I always put aside all of my paychecks towards my car payments, my savings, and other important monthly payables that I have. And then my part-time job that I work on the weekends, I honestly save that whole paycheck for like my play money because I know that I'm working hard on the weekends. I work 6 out of the 7 days a week. So that extra paycheck, that extra amount that I'm getting from my part-time job helps me purchase these luxury items because I really do enjoy these items. I don't necessarily collect anything else. I just really only collect designer goods. And with the whole pandemic, I'm not really going out to eat as often. I'm not really going out with friends. I'm really just staying home, so I don't really have to actually fill up gas in my car. There's so many different areas that I'm saving for, as well as I used to be a huge collector of like buying designer ready-to-wears, and that'll be another point coming up. But I actually haven't had the need to purchase any new clothes, so I'm also saving in that sense because I'm not going out as much. So I'm not necessarily needing to buy new clothes to go for a special occasion or be able to buy a specific outfit for a specific event. So I've actually been using a lot of items that I currently have in my closet and I've been enjoying those pieces a lot more. So definitely, if you have to, get a side job, get a side hustle, because that extra income really does go a long way. So every month I'm able to save X amount of dollars to work towards my future purchase. So yeah, definitely get a side hustle if you need to or if you want to, because it definitely does go a long way. And that brings me to my third point is getting discounts or saving wherever possible is always key. So there's no shame in using coupons. There's no shame in going to outlets. There's no shame in getting savings, because savings that you save is extra money in your pocket. So I really never spend full price on any of my designer ready-to-wears. And honestly, I could be going into like Target, Walmart, and all of those other department stores and buying their clothes at a really fraction of a price. But to be honest, as I mentioned in other videos in my channel, the reason why I like to purchase designer ready-to-wears is because it really does help boost my confidence. I have always been the type of person that's really low in confidence, and wearing these like Coach shirts, Burberry polos, anything designer ready-to-wear really gives me that extra confidence boost, just because I feel good in these clothes and I like how they look on me. So that's besides the fact, but I never pay full price for any of my designer ready-to-wears. I always wait for the next season to come out, so that way anything from the older season is going to be on sale, or I always go to the outlet to purchase these items. There's nothing wrong with saving out on some money, especially for clothes, because they're not really investment worthy. I know that this hoodie was like $300, but I got it on sale at the Coach outlet for only $100. So definitely really worth it. And to be honest, I love it. I use it on a daily basis. Not really a daily basis, but I use it quite often. So this is probably one of my really nice lounge sweaters. So definitely can't go wrong, and nobody's going to know that you got it on a discount, or nobody's really going to know that you got it last season. So definitely save wherever you can, because the extra savings is more money in your pocket. So the fourth tip that I have for you is, if it doesn't sing to you, then get rid of it. I honestly do a closet clean out every couple of months to make sure that everything that I have in my closet is stuff that I am using and that I still enjoy. And if I don't, it goes in a bucket or a box and I put it up for sale, whether it be Kijiji, whether it be Facebook Marketplace. I figure out a way to sell those items, just because it's sitting in my closet, not doing anything, and somebody else out there can enjoy it, and I can get that money to put towards something else that I would love to enjoy. So if you have some handbags that you're not using, if you have clothes that you're not using, if you have SLGs, whatever it may be, even technology, get rid of it, sell it, and see what you can get for it, and put that money aside. You'll be surprised at what you can accumulate. So that's what I do every couple of months, is I do a closet clean out. I organize my room. I organize all of my luxury items. And I really think to myself, am I using these items? Am I going to be upset that I parted with it? There's one thing that you really don't want, and that is seller's remorse. You don't want to sell something and then have to repurchase it, because then that defeats the whole purpose. So definitely go through your luxury items, or go through your items in general that you haven't picked up in a couple months, haven't picked up in 6 months, and that you really aren't missing on a daily basis. If you have items that you have in your closet that you haven't used necessarily yet, but you really do enjoy looking at them, don't get rid of them. But if you really can think to yourself and be like, yeah, if I got rid of this, I won't miss it, then do it. You won't regret it, because that extra money that you're going to be able to get for selling that item can be used for something that you're truly going to love. So get rid of the items that you're not necessarily using or not necessarily enjoying, because you're going to be able to put it towards something that you will. So definitely get rid of your stuff that you aren't using, and make sure that you're always using current things that you love, or else you're just having a closet full of items that you're not using, and that's potential money that you could use towards a better purchase. Tip number 5 that I have for you is take charge of your personal finances. I don't know if it's the accountant in me, and it's something that I've always really enjoyed doing. I love being in charge of my personal finances. I really don't want to have to depend on anybody to help me financially. So I have like spreadsheets on my computer, which shows my paychecks every period, as well as my outflows on specific dates. And that really does help me budget every month on what I can and can't afford. So every month I always input my paychecks, and I always input my monthly outflows, so that way I'll know on which dates I can be able to spend, or which how much I can be able to spend. But I always put towards about a good chunk of it towards savings, because I am looking to eventually purchase a home. So that is something that I really do have high on my priority list. So if it takes me a couple months to be able to afford something from Louis Vuitton, so be it, because I know down the road, once I purchase the home, my mortgage payments are going to be probably super expensive, so I won't necessarily be able to buy as many luxury goods as possible. So it's kind of giving me practice on when that happens. So definitely take charge of your finances, because it really does give you that freedom and that personal satisfaction that you are able to manage yourself and manage your personal finances, because in reality, nobody else is going to do it for you, and people that you owe money to are going to be knocking on your door asking them for their money. And so you don't want to be in that situation where you aren't able to pay, and then you have repercussions for that. So definitely take care of your personal finances. And if it does help, put out a spreadsheet, list everything that you pay on a monthly basis, list all of your inflows, and it really does give you a good perspective on what you can and can't afford. So I highly suggest you do that. And I have a bonus tip for you is always, always, always plan your purchases. Don't impulse buy any luxury items. The way that I like to look at my luxury purchases is I check something that I might like. I do research on how much it's going to cost, how much it'll take me to pay off, or how much it'll take me to save up for that item. And then I put it on my projections list. And once I get that amount, I check to make sure I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I do a lot of research on the item. I make sure that I'm able to incorporate it into my lifestyle in more than one way. And if I'm thinking about that bag or that SLG on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, then I know it's meant for me. I don't like to impulse buy any of my luxury items just because it's pretty expensive. So I don't want to go and walk into a Louis Vuitton and be like, yep, I'm buying this 3K bag today, or yep, I'm buying this $500 SLG, just because I'm not rich. I can't afford to just drop money like that on a dime. I gotta really strategically plan out my purchases, and there are so many YouTube videos on a lot of these luxury items. So I want to see people's reactions, and I also want to see people's pros and cons for these items, because so many people have these items already. So I want to get their input. Will I be okay with their wear and tear that it has over a couple months? Will I be okay with how these people style this item, or how these people use these items in their lifestyle? I may not necessarily use it in the same way, but I'll be able to get an idea of how I can incorporate it into my life in more than one way. So definitely don't impulse buy your purchases. Highly recommend you doing a lot of research before you do so, and then just being able to see whether or not it's going to work in your lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this video and you found my tips quite useful. And I hope everybody is staying safe and well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.